Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona, and today's class is a 45-minute Vinyasa flow class dedicated to those of you who may be experiencing a sense of overwhelm with their current pandemic. It's designed as a meditation in motion. We flow slowly and gently, and there are less detailed alignment cues from me, just offering the opportunity for more space for you to connect with your breath, your body, and help you recenter and create a new perspective for yourself. Class begins with a 5-minute meditation, followed by a really low speed flow, and then concludes with a shavasana and gratitude meditation. I hope you enjoy. I hope it's helpful and you're keeping well. Thanks so much for joining. Namaste. And begin your practice by coming into your comfortable seat, inviting your spine to feel elegantly long and straight, whether you're upright or reclined, and softly close your eyes. And just take a deep breath out. Reassure yourself all is well. For many of us, the last 12 months has left us perhaps feeling a bit burnt out, anxious or overwhelmed, like we've lost our superpowers. But just for a few moments, consider that whilst we may be unable to change our current situation, just sense the possibility and know that you have the ability and a choice on how you respond in your own unique situation. Reassure yourself you haven't lost the capacity to endure the unexpected, to be resilient, that with some effort you can choose how you frame your situation, how you experience it. And on the one hand, you could choose the path of lack, pessimism, scarcity, or the path of abundance, courage, grit, and resilience. It's your choice. And the clearer your perspective and the more connected you are to your own sense of quiet, the better poised you are to respond with composure. Just developing a habit of taking a deep breath, exercising patience and compassion with yourself and others. And if ever there was a time where we're our brothers and sisters keepers, the time's now. Take refuge in your yoga practice and know that it'll give you just what you need when you need it. Oftentimes when we're really stressed out or we're overwhelmed and caught in this stressful momentum, we splinter our attention and our energy. It's draining, it's really depleting, and all that energy you're dispersing could be available to you by simply gathering it and focusing it. And taking the next 10 breaths or so to center yourself now. Just become aware of your natural breath, your body breathing, and remind yourself again, all's well. And if thoughts, emotions, sensations arise, just simply acknowledge them and just let them pass through. Whatever arises, just simply shepherding your attention lovingly back to your breath. All is well. Just simply encounter your breath however it's appearing. And taking 2 more smooth breaths in and out. And softly blinking the eyes open, making your way into a comfortable cross-legged seat if you've been reclined. And setting your fingertips down by your side, lifting tall through your spine. As you breathe in, reach your arms overhead, send your gaze skywards. Exhale, hands through your heart center, interlace all your fingers. Sending the palms forward, rounding the spine, dropping the chin toward your chest. And as you breathe in, arms up overhead. Breathing out, releasing your hands down by your side. Once more, just like that. And arms float down. This time we'll take a twist, arms overhead, breathing in. Right hand to your left knee, left fingertips behind. 3 full breaths. Releasing, return to center, arms sweep overhead. And twist to your right. 3 full deep breaths. When you're ready, releasing from your twist, make your way onto all fours and take a few spinal waves through cat and cow in your own time, prioritizing your breath, breathing space into the length of your spine. Back to neutral spine, keeping the hips above your knees, walking your arms forward, making your way into Anahatanasana, heart opening pose. Sustaining your same rhythmic breath. Melting down onto your belly, preparing for Sphinx pose. Mild, uniform arch through your spine. Exaggerate that opening through your chest as your ribs draw forward. Lower to the floor, hands by your ribs, and press back into child's pose, Balasana. Linger here, breathe deep and wide into the back of your torso. Softening the corners of your eyes and your jaw. Transitioning into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Connecting with your breath. As you breathe in, gaze forward between your thumbs, light bend in the knees. Go ahead, walk yourself forward, stepping the feet hip distance apart. Take a halfway lift here, hands to the shins, straightening the legs, extending your spine. On your exhale, light bend in the knees and a forward fold. Rise on your in-breath, sweeping your arms overhead, send your gaze up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. 2 rounds of half forward folds. Breathing in, reaching your arms overhead, gaze skywards. Exhale, forward fold, over your legs, Uttanasana. Let your in-breath lift and expand you. Out-breath folds you in. Rise on your in-breath. Settle your hands to your heart center on your out-breath. One more round in your own time. Rising to stand. Tadasana. Arms reach up overhead, breathing in. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, looking forward. Fingertips down, lunge your right leg back and come into low lunge, right knee to the floor, keeping the fingertips on the floor. Pause and linger. Savor a long, deep breath. Moving into the half splits, hands can walk back underneath the shoulders, straightening out through your left leg any amount. Emphasize an opening across your collarbones. Steady breath. Rolling forward onto your left foot, right hand down into the right lane for a twist. Left hand reaches toward the ceiling, revolving to your left. Breathing out, left hand down, downward facing dog. Ripple forward to a high push-up. We'll take a half flow. Bend the knees, hips up and back, downward facing dog. On your out breath, step your right foot forward up in between your hands, low lunge, left knee to the floor now. Fingertips stay, framing your right foot. Same even cadence to your breath. Moving into your half splits, Ardha Hanuman. Right toes curl back toward you. And flow into your twist. Left hand down, right hand to the ceiling. Deep breath in. Hands to the floor and go ahead, step forward. Bring your feet hip distance apart. When you arrive, halfway lift and fold. Rise to stand, breathing in. Hands to your heart, breathing out. Same sequence, one movement, one breath. Arms overhead, breathing in. Dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, opening. Exhale, right foot lunging back, right knee to the floor. Feel free to reach your arms now or keep the fingers on the floor. Hands under the shoulders, Ardha Hanuman, half splits. Roll forward, right hand into the right lane, left hand to the sky and twist. Left hand to the floor, downward facing dog. Flow forward, high push up, breathe in. Take a full vinyasa, dropping the knees, chest and chin to the floor, setting up for cobra. As you breathe in, lift and open through the chest. Breathing out, downward facing dog. Right foot forward in between your hands, left knee to the floor now, low lunge. Arms can sweep skyward. On your out breath, Ardha Hanuman, your half monkey pose. Roll forward for your twist, simple twist, right hand to the sky. Right hand to the floor, stepping forward. Halfway lift, breathing in. Forward fold, breathing out. Rise to stand, breathe in. Hands to your heart as you breathe out. Reach your arms. Dive forward with your out breath. Lift on your in breath. Right foot lunging back, runner's lunge. Keeping the right leg straight now. Fingertips either side of your left foot. Just really lightly pulse the hips. You can work towards straightening your left leg. Just prioritizing your breath. And coming back to runner's lunge, walk your hands around to the long edge of your mat, around to the right, spread leg forward fold, heels out, toes angle in. Take a halfway lift, extend your spine, nice flat back. On your exhale, forward fold between your wide legs. Settle in here, a few deep breaths, legs engaged. Crown of the head heavy toward the floor. And letting your breath soothe you. On your in-breath, lift up onto the fingertips. Exhale, hands to your hips. Coming up with a nice flat back all the way upright. Warrior 2 on your left side. 2 more deep breaths. On your out-breath, windmill your hands to the floor and come into modified side plank. Left foot steps halfway down your mat. Turn the heels to your right, left hand to the sky. Pause and find your composure, your breath. Sweep your left arm overhead, reach out laterally. Eyes down, land your hands, downward facing dog. A half flow or a full flow here, forward, high push up, low push up, upward dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Pause, 5 breaths. On your exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Runner's lunge. A little bit of movement through the hips, lifting and lowering, pulsing the front of your left thigh, inner right thigh. Spread leg forward fold, revolving to your left. Nice wide stance, halfway lift. And fold. Legs strong, your feet anchored. As you breathe in, come up halfway onto the fingertips, breathing out, hands to your hips. Rise all the way up, warrior 2 on your right side. One more smooth breath in. Exhaling, hands to the floor, modified side plank, right foot steps halfway down your mat, heels to your left. Right hand to the sky. Sweep your right arm overhead. Eyes down, hands down, step forward, top edge of the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. And forward fold. Rise to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead. Hands to your heart. One more round, one movement, one breath. Arms overhead, breathe in. Dive forward on your out-breath. Lift and open, breathing in. Fingertips down, right foot lunging back. Runner's lunge. Light pulse to the hips with your breath, letting your breath guide you as you move. Revolve to your right, spread leg forward fold. Lengthening, opening on your in-breath. Folding on your out-breath, and we keep it moving. Coming up halfway. Hands to the hips. Lifting your torso upright, warrior 2 on your left side. Wimble the hands to the floor as you breathe out. Either full plank, side plank, or modified side plank, your choice. Arm overhead, reach out. Stepping back quietly, downward facing dog. Vinyasa, or pause and rest. Reconnect with your breath. Two more full breaths. Second side, one movement, one breath, right foot steps forward, runner's lunge. Light pulse to the hips. Feeling the momentum of your breath, turning a quarter turn to your left, spread leg fold forward, halfway lift, and fold. Lifting up, breathing in, hands to the hips all the way up. Warrior two. Hands to the floor, either full side plank or modified side plank. Top arm overhead, reach out. Eyes down, hand down, downward facing dog. Vinyasa or take rest. And stepping your toes together at the back of the mat, reach your right leg up and back, down dog splits, and step your right foot forward in between your hands. Just land there and walk your right foot over toward your left lane, and then just stepping the left foot in and over to your right. So your legs are crossed through your midline, keeping your fingertips on the floor, experimenting with a little micro bend in your right knee if you need to support you, and walk your hands around to the right, taking a light sway to your hips, and just linger there as you traction the outer seam of your hips. Breathing deep. And then just walking the hands back, keeping your right foot in place. Slide your left knee next to your right foot and come to sit for a twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Right fingertips behind you, reaching your left arm up toward the ceiling. And exhale to twist. 3 smooth breaths. Releasing now, and sweep your right leg behind you and place your right knee to the sole of your left foot in Swastikasana to set up for a lateral side bend. Right hand to your right ankle, and on your in-breath reaching your left arm up and over to your right. Breathe deeply into the left side waist. Same steady rhythm to your breath. Windmilling both hands to the front edge of your mat and adjust your legs to right angles. Bring your left shin parallel with the top edge of your mat and your right shin in line with the long edge of your mat. And then just gently fold down toward the floor into a Z legs pigeon pose. Hands can walk a little to your left. Just finding that outer left hip stretch. Calm, composed breath. And one more smooth breath in. Breathing out, pressing into your hands to release your right foot and then your left foot stepping back into downward facing dog. Either pausing here or take a flow of vinyasa. Two more deep breaths in and out. Stepping your toes together, left leg rising, down dog splits. Left foot forward and then left foot over into your right lane. Right foot steps in, shortening your stance. Hands, fingertips can walk around to your left here, just a little sway to the hips. Perhaps a little micro bend in your left knee. And gently walking back to center, keeping your left foot in place. Slide your right knee up to next to your left foot and come to sit for your twist. Left fingertips position behind you now. Right hand to the sky. Exhaling to twist. Every inhale, sitting a little taller, giving yourself more space around the ribs, the collarbones. Gentle firmness to your belly as you twist. Releasing now, sweeping your left leg behind you to set up for swastikasana. Left hand to your left ankle, right arm up and over, reaching out through the right side body. 2 deep breaths. Wimble your hands to the top edge of your mat and set up for Z-leg pigeon pose. Bringing your legs to right angles, this time your left shin parallel with the long edge of your mat, right shin parallel with the top edge of your mat. Gently folding it in, perhaps walking your forearms or fingertips over to the right side to exaggerate that stretch. Relaxing across your shoulders, noticing your breath. And when you feel ready, stepping back in your own way, in your own time, downward facing dog. A vinyasa if you'd like to keep moving. Downward facing dog if you'd like to take rest. And just shifting forward on your in-breath to a high push-up and lowering all the way down onto your belly to lay prone, extending your arms wide when you arrive into a T shape, and then we're gently opening up through the front of our shoulders, so just coming up onto the right fingertips, bending the right elbow toward the ceiling, rolling softly onto your left side hip, head releases down to the floor. And right knee can bend, the right toes can step behind you if you'd like to find more sensation there. Keeping the same quality, texture to your breath. And rolling back onto your belly and over to the other side, just making sure the right arm is at shoulder height. Tenting the left fingers, rolling onto the right side hip. And just remember to relax your head down, relax through your neck, softening your expression. Left knee can bend, the toes can step behind you, just finding your shape. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release. Coming back onto your belly for locust pose. You can choose to interlace your fingers behind you or just keep your arms free and wide, palms face down. On your in-breath, opening up, extending back through your legs, reaching back through the fingertips, lifting, opening across your chest. And when you're ready, releasing to child's pose, Balasana. 5 to 8 deep breaths. And staying low, just gently lifting up and taking the legs around in front of you to come to lie down on your back. And bringing along any additional layers that you might like, any props to make yourself comfortable. Resting back in Supta Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Soles of the feet together, knees expanding away from one another. And just gently rest your hands on your body, closing the eyes. And take a few moments to land here, quietening the momentum of your body and your breath. And turning your perspective deeper inward now. And you may wish to remain here in this shape or extending the legs out and coming into shavasana. Shuffling out any restlessness from your body. And letting your whole body rest still. Reminding yourself all is well. And just know that there's every possibility to thrive right now, to tap into your own innate strength and resilience for your benefit and also the benefit of your loved ones around you. And just for the next few minutes, if it's helpful, actualize something you really care about. Something or someone that you're grateful for, or something that you can do that's positive today. We're so wired to think of all that's wrong And when we do this, we leave ourselves quite depleted and overcome, perhaps even exhausted. So just take this time to focus on what's good. Just focusing, reimagining, expressing your gratitude. And let those good wishes fill you up and reassure you all is well. And gently, gently drawing your awareness back. And invite a full body breath in. Perhaps an open mouth exhale. And start to wriggle and move your limbs. And bending the knees, taking your feet to the floor. And rest quietly to your right side. And just check in. Notice how you feel at the end of your practice. And slowly dragging yourself all the way back up to sit. Namaste.